Hi, my name's Nikki from Park Yoga Bristol. Welcome to our virtual Park Yoga session. So it's lovely to welcome everyone, regulars to our sessions, and also those who are joining us for the first time. Lovely to see you all, it's virtually. So we like to welcome everyone as best we can. Park Yoga is a charity, and our ethos is to connect people to the natural outdoors for health and well-being through yoga sessions, through free yoga sessions. And as we are a charity, we do welcome donations. So if you'd like to donate to us, be grateful for anything that you can spare. And if you'd like to donate, please go to our website www.parkyoga.co to donate. And so we're all welcome here, so no matter what your age or your fitness levels. However, if you do have any conditions, any medical conditions, and you're receiving treatment from a medical practitioner, consultant, or if you're not but you still have a condition, please do check with your medical practitioner, medical expert before engaging in any of these sessions. And if you've been told not to do any physical exercise, please be guided by that, and we would suggest not doing these yoga classes without agreement from your medical expert, consultant practitioner. If you are pregnant, and that's another sort of area where you need to be really cautious and careful with. So if you are a regular yoga practitioner and you're pregnant, then by all means join us, but really do listen to your body. It's really important whether you've got a condition or not anyway, whether you're pregnant or not. But if you are pregnant and you've never done yoga before, we suggest this is not the best forum to start with. You may well be better with a specialist pregnancy yoga to start you off. So, that said, welcome, and we're going to start by lying down today. So do lie down, take the weight off your feet, and either lying in semi-supine, knees bent, knees resting against each other, feet flat, so your knees are holding each other up, holding the legs up, arms away from you, palms up or hands resting on your belly or your rib cage. Or take your legs straight out today in Shavasana, corpse posture. Just getting comfortable, just listening to your surroundings. So connecting with your surroundings, whether you're in a park or your garden or another open green space. Just tuning in and relaxing, taking in the sounds around you, sounds near, sounds far, just to really enjoy just being outside, connecting with nature. And then start taking your awareness to your breathing, just noticing your breath coming and going through the nose. So you're not forcing the breath, you're not having to control your breathing, you're just focusing on watching your breath coming and going through the nostrils. Now if you've got any restrictions, hay fever or any nasal restrictions, and it's difficult to breathe through the nose, then do breathe through your mouth. Just normal breaths in and out, seeing how much you can watch the breath. Seeing how much you can feel your feet softening, your ankles releasing, your legs becoming heavy, your right leg, your left leg, your hips, your pelvis, low back, middle back, upper back, shoulders even releasing. Tuning to the front of the shoulders, top of the shoulders, right arm, left arm, back of the head, neck. Allow your jaw to relax, your tongue, soft jaw. Whole body releasing with each out breath, just letting that body soften, your breath releasing. That's it. And then this time, just take a deeper breath in. As you exhale, give yourself a stretch, whether that's up or to the side or over your head, doesn't matter. Give yourself a lovely releasing stretch. Release your ankles by drawing circles with your feet one way and then the other. And the same with the wrists. Draw circles with your hands one way and then the other.
Then bring your arms down and bring your knees to your chest. Either hold it around the back of the thighs or the front of the shins. Draw in, maybe roll around a little bit. So we're massaging out the hips, the pelvis. Taking your hands on the front of your shins or your knees and just draw circles. So drawing circles one way and drawing circles the other way. And come back to centre. Release your arms, give your legs a stretch up. So point and flex your feet a few times, maybe give your feet a roll. And you're going to hug your right knee in towards you. As you exhale, you're just going to pedal the left leg. Give it a move around. So we're just warming up the hips, warming up the knees, warming up the ankles, giving the hips a stretch as well. And then stretch that leg up. And you're going to bring that left leg to the floor. So either bend your knee, take your foot flat, or give your leg a stretch out and come down straight. So using your abdominal muscles to keep your back gently pushing down. So if that's okay, keep that leg extended or bend your knee, place your feet flat. So it's important that you go at your own pace during this practice, during this session. Listen to your body and choose whichever option you feel good with today as we go along. Good. And you're just going to release your left arm to the side, palm up. And with your right hand on the knee, just give your knee a circle again in one direction and then in the other. On your next exhalation, gently pull your knee to the side for an inner groin, inner hip stretch. So keeping this left hip down as best you can. You can take your hand on the leg if you prefer, or keep your arm on the ground. Good, bring your knee back up. And then release that leg in the air. Good, and then take your hands around the back of that thigh. So again, if you need to bend your left knee, place your foot flat. If that's more comfortable, stay there. Or stretch that leg out so both legs are stretched out. So start to hug your right leg in towards you. So maybe if you feel quite flexible, quite bendy, you can start to bring your hands up that leg. If you feel very tight, just hug in and soften the leg. Now make sure you don't hold around the knee joint. We're just going to bring your leg a little bit more towards you without straining if you can. Maybe slide your hands up. Maybe if you're quite flexible, you can hold your foot without straining. Importantly, just go at your own pace. Nice deep breath, drawing that leg. Feel that stretch the whole of the back of the leg. So have a bend of the knee if you need to, without locking the knee out. If you straighten the leg, make sure you don't lock the knee joint. Nice deep breath, good. And then exhale, release your foot to the floor. Good, you're going to bring your other knee and hug that leg in. Maybe around the back of the thigh or the front of the shin. And you're going to take your right leg up and you're going to pedal the right leg as well. So give it a good old stretch around. Warming up the joints. And stretch that right leg up. As you exhale, we're going to take that down to the ground. So foot flat or leg all the way down straight. Whichever works for you. Drawing through the heel of that leg straight. Nice deep breaths. You're going to take your right arm onto the floor, palm up. Left hand around the knee, just gently draw circles one way and then the other way. And then you gently on next exhalation, bring that knee to the side. So you feel that stretched inner thigh on the left side. Flex the feet, so point your toes away, heels away from you. Good. Inhale, bring it back in and stretch that leg up. So again, you prefer to put the right foot down, it's more comfortable to do. Or bend that left leg if you need to, taking your hands around the back of your thigh now. So either just let your foot flop and pull in towards you, it's fine, or start to straighten the leg, bringing that shin towards you. So big bend to the knee if you're very tight in the legs, or maybe you can start to straighten the leg. Maybe slide your hands up the back, make sure you avoid the back of the knee. And draw towards you maybe a little bit more. Maybe even take the foot and draw towards you that way if you can reach it. So we don't want to strain to do it, and keep your head on the ground as best you can whilst you're doing this to support the head. Good. Exhale, release. And bring that foot all the way down. And you're going to stretch that right leg back out. Give your foot a roll. You're going to cross your ankle over this left thigh. You're going to take your right hand up and then between your legs. Left comes around the outside, take the left foot off, and you're going to hug the back of that left thigh or the front of the shin and draw in. So either let your feet go floppy or stretch your heels away. Maybe roll your head from side to side for a nice neck stretch. And come back centre. So if you want to go a little bit further, as you exhale, you're going to bring your head towards your knee and hug in a little bit more. Good. Bring the head back down. Release your hands, bring your foot to the floor. Stretch that right leg up and then bring it all the way down. Release your arms and you stretch the left leg up towards the sky. Okay, give it a bit of a roll around and then crossing your left ankle on top of the right thigh. So then again, taking that left hand between your legs right around the outside, lift up the right foot to take your hands around the back of that right thigh or the front of the shin and draw in for your hip stretch on this left side. So it's a really great one for hip health, back health. Nice deep breaths. So either stretch your heels away, feeling the back of the calf stretch, or leave your feet floppy, it doesn't matter. If you want to go further, as you exhale, you can bring your head towards your knee towards your head for a little bit deeper stretch. Exhale, bring your head back down, release your hands, bring your foot to the mat, unfold your legs. Good stuff. So take your arms out to the side, palms up. You're going to rock your knees from side to side. A couple of deep breaths. Maybe rocking your head as well with your knees from side to side rhythmically. So we're really getting the back a lovely stretch out and the neck maybe. As you exhale this time, just bring your knees to the left side. So just allow your shoulders to come down. Then you're going to either look up towards the sky or look over to that right side. Stretch your arms away from, if you can, back of the hands down. So if you want to have a deeper stretch today, you could take the bottom left foot from underneath the top leg and bring your ankle on top of the thigh of this top leg. So as you do that, it will gently push this right leg down and you'll feel that stretch along the outside of the thigh, the IT band, into the buttock, into the hip. Now if that's just too strong, just allow your knees and ankles to line up. So whichever you want to do, feeling that stretch, unlocking the spine, feeling your shoulders releasing, feeling the back relaxing. Nice deep breaths into that stretch. Breathe in that fresher air, tuning into the sounds around you. And letting your body soften. Good. Inhale, bring your head back, release that foot. Bring your knees back up and you're going to bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Maybe rock around. Maybe even bring your forehead towards your knees if you wish. Release the head. Release your arms to the floor as well and bring your feet down again. So arms are in line with your shoulders. Just rock your knees again rhythmically from side to side. So it doesn't matter if they're little rocks or you come down all the way one side and all the way the other. It doesn't really matter, depending on your body. So just go with the flow. As you exhale, you can bring your knees all the way down to the opposite, the right side. Either knees and ankles line up, so you can just look straight ahead or look along the left arm. You want to go further, deeper hip stretch. You're going to slide the bottom right foot out from underneath the left and then take it on top of the left thigh. Allow it to drop down gently towards the ground. Feel that deep inner stretch into the inner part of the outer hip, if you know what I mean. It's quite a deep stretch. And the outside of the thigh. So nice deep breaths. Or if that's too much, have your knees and ankles lined up again. So whichever one you're doing, breathe into those tight areas. Good. Nice deep breaths to help your body relax into your stretch. Inhale, bring your head back, bring your knees back up, unravel your legs and hug in, rock out a little bit maybe. So we're going to stay on the backs and just have the side of the feet together, knees wide, hold around the ankles or cup your hands around your feet and draw in towards you. So reclining bound angle posture. So either just staying here wherever you can reach And as you pull towards you, your knees will come apart and you feel the inner groins, inner hips stretch out. So you might want to give yourself a little bit of rock around. If that feels good, you can do that as well. And then you're going to release your hands one onto the ankles or one onto each foot and just start taking the right foot out and up. So your foot reaches the sky, so it's trying to hold the clouds up. Bring that foot back in. As you exhale, the other one comes out. So whichever you're holding is fine. You're aiming to get the sole of foot pointing upwards if you can without straining, and your knee comes out to the outside of the body. Foot comes back in, and same the other side, so the right foot comes out and back in. Left foot comes out and back in. This time, see if we can take both out. Happy baby. So again, I'm going to hold the ankles, side of the feet, or the inside of the feet. Maybe rock around, releasing those hips, because our hips get pretty tight. All sitting we tend to do, especially at this time, maybe. And then release. Good. Stretch your legs back up and just give everything a nice big pedal out. Good. Bring your feet to the floor. Just roll onto your side to come up to sit. Good. So, finding a comfortable seated position. So, either cross legs if that feels comfortable for you. Now, if you don't feel comfortable cross legs, then you can sit with your legs in a V shape like this. If you need to sit on a cushion, then it's a good idea to elevate your hips. By sitting on a cushion, you might find it more comfortable. Your knees will drop down a little bit more comfortably. So whichever works for you. Okay. Just going to take your hands on the front of the legs, so either knees or just below. And you're going to lift your chest, tuck your elbows in, and if your neck's okay, head's okay, you can look up. Lift the chest forward, so it's a nice opening through the rib cage. Nice shoulder stretch as well. And as you exhale, you can lean back, look down. So seated cat and cow. Inhale, look up for cow. If you can, look straight ahead. And then exhale, lean back for cat. Feel that stretch. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Good. Inhale, come back up. So sliding your hands this time more onto the front of the knees. And just going to draw circles with the head. So little circles. Imagine you've got a pen on the end of your head. It's drawing circles in the clouds. One way. And keep going. Maybe a little bit more. If you can, drawing bigger circles. We're getting these side waist muscles moving. We're getting our upper body moving. Yeah, might even get our head moving. Might even find your shoulders join in. Okay. And then the opposite direction. So start small. Get larger. Just allow your neck to soften as well. So your neck may do a bit of rolling. So breathing in and out. So breathe as you move in and out. So often we hold the breath without realising. So if you notice you're doing that, just catch yourself and breathe again. So it's important to keep breathing. Yeah. And then decrease and come back to centre. Good. So you're going to uncross your legs, lean behind you, give your feet a bit of stretch out. You're going to hug your right leg in. Keep the left leg like it is, straight out. You're going to lift the foot across if that's okay and plant it down. If it doesn't go there, keep it this side. It's absolutely fine. Hugging in, lifting up. So nice and tall. Just going to give your head a roll. Imagine you've got a pen on the end of the nose, drawing in one direction and then the other. Coming back to centre. So hugging in as best you can, lifting up. As you exhale, take your arms to the side, nice big stretch up, palms together, lift up. Now, if you can, interlock your fingers and press your palms away so you get wrist stretch, palm stretch, lengthening. And as you exhale, you're going to turn to the right. So belly first, shoulders and then arms. Bend your elbows if you need to turn. Release your arms and either wrapping this arm around the leg and your right hand comes behind you on the floor and you're going to turn. Or this left arm comes over, maybe stopping the traffic. So bend your elbow
palms spread, fingers spread, boogie behind you, nice and tall, keeping the straight leg, toes and knees up towards the sky as best you can. Keep your neck nice and soft. Good. Exhale, release, unravel, bring your arms back and reach up towards the sky again. Exhale, bring them down, and you're going to lift this foot off. So taking the left hand around the heel, right hand around the knee, lift it off, and then just going to rock for a baby cradle. So releasing out the hip joint again. So some of you might find you can cradle like a baby without straining, and lift up a little bit more, depending on how your body feels. Good stuff. And then coming back to centre, and you're going to release that leg and just hold underneath. You give your foot a bit of a stretch out again, one way and then the other. And you're going to take your hands around either the back of the thigh and hold it here and stretch your heels away, or start to walk your hands up towards your ankle with your knee bent and pull in. Maybe you're even reaching your foot, in which case gently and only very gently curl your toes towards you for a foot stretch, sole of the foot stretch, toe stretch. And maybe you could start to straighten only in your own time and in your own body. So all different, and if it just feels, no way I'm going to do that, don't. Maybe walk your hands down, maybe keep your knee bent, or maybe straighten it but walking your hands down. Make sure you don't hold the knee joint though, so it doesn't matter which. So feeling that stretch, sitting nice and tall, bringing your shoulders back. Imagine you've got a grape between your shoulder blades and you gently try to hold that grape in place. So you're lifting your chest, expanding the rib cage. And breathe. Good. And then release. So, just straighten that leg out and bend the other knee in. So, holding that other leg again, nice and tall, either staying with this left foot on this side or lifting it across to the other side, hugging that knee in. Maybe sitting nice and tall as best you can, planting that foot down, keeping this straight leg, toes and knees towards the sky. Take a breath in, exhale, releasing your arms to the side, reaching up, maybe looking up. Good. Interlocking your fingers if you can, pushing your palms up and then looking forward. So bend your elbows to get your shoulders nice and relaxed if you find that you're hunching. Okay, take a breath in, lift up. As you exhale, we're going to turn. So turning to the left, belly, shoulders and arms. And breathe into that turn. Keeping the straight leg, toes and knees up as best you can towards the sky. Exhale, release your hands and either wrap this arm around the leg, the other hand comes behind you, walks around so you're looking over the shoulder, or this right arm comes over the leg, maybe stopping the traffic, pressing this arm against the leg to help you turn, walking behind you a little bit more with that hand if you can, just to look a bit more behind you if your neck's okay. If it's not, look straight ahead. Really be gentle if you need to. Nice deep breath. Feeling that back, unlocking your spine, releasing. Exhale, unravel. Bring your arms back to centre. Raise them up towards the sky. Exhale, bring them down to that leg. So, left hand around the knee, right hand around the foot, lifting off, and baby cradle, rocking from side to side, maybe even actually cradling the leg, if that's possible without straining. And come back to centre. So take your arm underneath that leg and just release the foot. And then you're going to hold the back of the thigh and just press your heel away. Hold up, so make the leg do the work as well. So you're not allowing the leg to pull you forward. It's actually pushing away slightly as well. Lift up. Maybe even walk your hands down towards the ankle or towards the foot. Maybe hold the foot, maybe curl your toes gently towards you. Feel that stretch, the back of the calf, the sole of the foot. Sitting as upright as you can. See if you can sit upright without falling forwards or backwards. So you can bend the other leg, the leg below on the ground if you need to. Holding that grape gently between the shoulders, you lift the chest. Good. And exhale, release. So take your hands behind you, bend your knees. We're going to do a little bit of hip stretching. Good stuff. Okay, perfect. So you're going to take your legs wide now. Maybe move your buttocks around a little bit to get comfortable. Point and flex your feet a few times, maybe give them a roll. Good, so you're going to take your arms to the side, bring them all the way up, and then give yourself a hug. Yeah, we all need hugs, especially at the moment. So one hand on top of each shoulder. Now, if that's enough, stay there. Otherwise, you're going to release your hands from the shoulder and bring the back of the arms together, okay, like this. If it's possible, you're going to bring your bottom fingers to the base of the top thumb and turn your thumbs to face you for eagle arms. Don't worry if not, and try not to wrench the thumb. You don't want to hold the thumb. Okay, so whichever works for you is fine. Your fingertips pointing upwards. The back of the hands are either facing each other, so all the bottom fingers, the base of the top thumb, and your thumbs are facing you still and your fingers are pointing up. Otherwise, hold your shoulders, whichever works. Just going to draw little circles with those arms. So, see if we can maybe bring a little bit more of the upper body into it, so you can soften your feet every so often, point your toes or flex your heels or just let them flop for a moment. And then the opposite direction. So getting our shoulders nice and released. And keep breathing. And come back to centre. Stretch your heels away again if you can. So you need to bend your knees. Do that, because if you've got very tight legs you might need to. And they're going to draw your arms away from you if you can. So the action is drawing the arms away from you like this. And if you want to go further, you can gently draw down, sort of fold forwards, press your sit bones down and your buttocks away from you. So you might not come down, probably won't come down very far, but if you're very flexible, you might come down, keep your toes and knees towards the sky, drawing the arms away. So only go at your own pace. So if it's just here, that's fine. And then inhale, slowly bring yourself back up. And release those arms, yes. Give your shoulders a bit of a move around, releasing. Maybe lean behind you. Maybe bend your knees and giving your legs a bit of a move around as well before we do the other side. So coming back into the same position. Bend your knees if you need to, say, depending on how it is for you today. Give your shoulders a bit of a roll. Move them around. We don't get usually much movement for the shoulders because we're often doing this, aren't we? Staying static or lifting up little ones or heavy parcels and bags and things. So give your head a roll as well. Imagine you've got a pen on the end of the nose, giving your neck a nice release one way and then the other. Good, come back to a static position again. So getting comfortable, reaching up towards the sky. As you exhale, you're going to hug yourself the other way. So it's the opposite way. Other arm comes across. If you can't remember, just give it a go and see if you can remember. So either hold the top of the shoulders or release the back of the arms towards each other once more. Maybe even the bottom fingers come to the base of the top thumb. So whichever one you didn't do last time. Making sure you find the same position this side. Or if you feel really tight one side, you might even come to here or might hold the shoulders. Doesn't really matter whichever one you do. Take a breath in. As you exhale, you're going to roll. Draw circles. So relax your feet every so often. Maybe point and flex a few times. So hold the upper body, shoulders, up back, getting a nice release one way. And then the same, the opposite direction. Breathing into that stretch. Come back to centre, lift up, stretching through the heels. If that's enough, stay there and point upwards with your elbows or your fingers towards the sky. If you want to go further, even bend the knees if you're very tight in the legs, yeah? Then we can fold forwards a little bit or maybe all the way down without straining anything. Toes and knees stay towards the sky as best you can. And breathe into that hip stretch. Into the shoulder stretch. See if you can squeeze the front of the thighs up, and that will help the back of the legs stretch. As you exhale, slowly come all the way back up. Reach the arms up, elbows up, and then unravel. Maybe give your shoulders a bit more of a roll. Head, neck, arms. Good, taking your hands to your inner thighs, pull them back in to lean behind you and rock around Good stuff. Lovely. So from here we're just going to come into hands and knees. So hands and knees, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Imagine you've got a pen on the end of your coccyx now, your tailbone. You're just going to draw circles, little circles, maybe getting larger circles. So we're going to draw those circles. So we're getting the hips nice and released. The low back as well will release. And then the opposite direction. Good, coming back to centre. Tuck your toes under if you can, if that's okay with your feet. If not, keep them untucked. And you're going to sit back towards your heels, okay? Lengthen your arms away. Now if you can walk your hands further away and keep your bum down, don't worry if it does rise off your heels, that's fine. And if you can, bring your head to the mat, stretching out. Good. And then you're going to bring your head up and you're going to roll forward a little bit. So it's like a half plank. If that feels uncomfortable too much, walk your hands a little bit closer to you. Okay. Squeeze your bum, lift your hips. You don't want to sag. Yeah. And then we're sitting back on the heels. Extend the arms. See if you can take your elbows off. Press your palms down to get a nice shoulder stretch. Good. Inhale, roll back up. Come forward into your half plank pose. Looking forward or down. Again, sit back down. So we can do this a few times. A couple of breaths here. And then inhale up. Exhale down. And again. Down. And then inhale back up and down. This time untuck your feet, child. Walk your hands back, knees a bit wider maybe, big toes together. Rest your forehead down, rest your arms down, or you can take your arms behind you, interlock your fingers, stretching your shoulders away from you. Stretch your arms away from you. So you might bring the top of the head maybe, so if you want to go further, you can lift the hips, roll onto the top of the head, lift the arms up for a shoulder stretch. Make sure you're light on your head. You don't want to be heavy on the head. It's right at the top of the head if you can. Breathe. Good. Exhale, roll back down, release your hands. Take the back underneath the shoulders to lift yourself up. So you're in this sitting on the heels with the knees wide. If that's not comfortable, you can sit more upright, okay? Totally up to you. So, just sitting for a moment here. Just give your neck a nice roll one way and then the other. Good. And we're going to take the hands behind then, fingertips pointing towards the hips. Now, if that's not comfortable, just sit up like this and take your hands onto your hips like this and gently press your hips forward. Gently and squeeze your bum. Okay, that's enough. Stay there and keep resting if you need to. Yeah. Going down to hands and knees if you need to. If you're okay sitting on your heels, you're going to take your hands behind you, fingertips pointing towards your hips, palms pressing down. Lift your chest up, or expand the rib cage, pressing the shoulder blades into the upper back. Maybe if your neck is okay, you can drop the head back. Good. Inhale, lifting yourself up. We're all going to come into a kneeling position. Give your arms a reach up and just sway one side and then sway the other side. So press your hips forward, squeeze your bum lightly. Inhale up, exhale to the side. Inhale up, exhale side. Again, inhale up and side. Last one. Coming back into hands and knees. A little bit of cat and cow. So spine undulations, look towards your belly button, press your back and shoulders up towards the sky. Exhale, drop your belly button down, lift your head in, up and your tailbone up if that's okay. And then release. Knees wide, big toes together again, sit back on the heels. The same position, hands resting on the thighs, or you can come up into this kneeling position. Knees are hip width apart though. You can bring your big toes together or keep them apart. And maybe hands on the hips, pressing forward, so this is your gentler option. Or you're sitting back on your heels, walk your hands behind you so your knees are apart. And maybe lift the chest again. Now if you want to go deeper this time, gently take your hips up, buttocks off the heels. Press down with your hands, lift your chest, gently engage your glutes, squeeze your bum. If your neck's okay, you can drop the head back, opening, expanding the rib cage so we can breathe more easily. Good. Exhale, slowly coming down. Bring your knees in towards each other, coming up, nice open arms, so giving your arms big circle, and then the other way. And then we're coming into hands and knees, a little bit of cat and cow again, spinal undulations. Good, and give your head a bit of a shake. From here, tuck your toes under, inhale into downward dog. So lift your hips, weight back on the heels. Just pedal maybe up and down with your feet. A couple of times. And then press your heels towards the ground. Lift your hips towards the sky. Press your hands down. Looking up, walk, step off. You feel energetic jump. Your feet between your hands. So take your feet a little bit wider. Bend your knees. Arms wide to the side. Flat back. Weight slightly on the heels. Inhale. Push up. Wide arms and then reach up. Exhale, release. So have your feet parted. Bend or soften your knees and give everything a nice swing. Nice loose arms, loose head, shoulders. Good. So we're going to come to the front of your mat. So feet parted or feet together. Bring your arms up. As you exhale, bring your arms forward, weight back on the heels, chair. So imagine you've got a chair behind you and you're reaching your bum towards that chair. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, back into chair, arms forward. Inhale, back up. Exhale, back into chair. So if you feel comfortable with your shoulders, you can take them into your arms into a V shape. Good. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, swan dive down. Take your arms behind you, bend your knees, come into a forward fold, arms come over the head, it drops down. Make sure you have a big bend in the knees, especially if you've got any back issues. Make sure your chest comes very close to your thighs, so you protect the back. Bend the knees, weight over the insteps, breathe. Good, exhale, release your fingers to the mat, inhale, big step back on your right toes for a lunge. So you're going to walk the left foot to your armpit area. Good. And you're going to bring your knee down at the back and then lift it up a little bit, up and down. So, if then you find you can go a little bit deeper, you can start to straighten the front leg. Maybe you might need to slide your hands back a little way towards you for this, or don't straighten the leg. If it doesn't want to go there, don't do it. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Last one. Good. Bring that knee down, hands down. And we come into downward dog. So you might lift that knee off, come into down dog. So, or hands and knees if you prefer, or child's for a rest if you need to, any time. And then we're going to come into plank pose. So, roll forwards, maybe knees down. So this is a gentle option. Legs are off, the stronger option, squeeze your bum, lift your shoulders up, nice and strong core, strong in the hips. So coming down, knees first, all the way to the floor, tuck your elbows. Good. Hands underneath your shoulders, take your legs a little further apart if you find it more comfortable. Press your pubic bone down, press your hands and lift up. If that's enough, stay there, we'll come into Sphinx on the elbows. If you've got any back issues or just feel tight today, or you come a little higher, maybe straighten the arms, pressing the pelvis down gently. Imagine you've got that grape between your shoulders, shoulder blades, and trying to hold it in place. Opening the rib cage. Breathe. Exhale, slowly lower down. Make a pillow with your hands. Bring your forehead onto it, bend your knees, and just swing your legs around. Release your legs again. So, this time, forehead comes down to the floor. Hands down, press your legs down and peel up again. If that's enough, stay there. If you can, see if we can lift the chest and maybe then start to take your hands off.
So, maybe squeeze your shoulder blades together, looking down. Exhale, come down. Inhale, come back up. So, take your hands off at the same time if you can. Otherwise, just have your hands down. A little bit of up and down action. Otherwise, your hands come up with your body, with your upper body, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Exhale, come down. Again, press your legs down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, down. You don't have to come far, okay? Inhale up. Engage your glutes, squeeze your bum. Exhale, down. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Good. Hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes. Inhale, lift, exhale, child. So knees wide apart, big toes together, sit on your heels, arms in front of you, head down, resting, or arms down by your sides, whichever you prefer. Might want to give your hips a little swing out to release the back a little bit more if you wish. Good. Bring your hands to the mat. You're going to come into a kneeling position. From here, bring your arms up. So hook your thumbs, raise them up. Exhale, push hips forward, side bend to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, left. Inhale up. Exhale. Bring your hands down, tuck your toes under, back into downward facing dog. So again, maybe pat your legs out, or rock toes to heels. So from here, either bring your knees down and step your right foot forward back into your lunge, or you come into downward dog and swing your right leg up, and then swing, step or lift it between your hands. So that's the more challenging way to come into this. Walking the right foot to the side so your knee comes into the armpit. Knee comes down for a moment, readjusting, make sure your fingers are down. Inhale, knee up, exhale down. A little bit of lifting and lowering with your breath. Now, if you find you can start to straighten the front leg as you lift the back knee off, your head comes down, you can do a little bit more leg strengthening, leg stretching. Okay? Inhale, exhale. Go at your own pace. Inhale, exhale, and rest when you need to as well. That's the important thing too. Listen to your body, go at your own pace. Last one. Come back down. So lift the back knee off and you can step your back foot to the front. Have your feet parted. Bend your knees, wide arms, weight on the heels, reach the side, and then inhale, reach to the sky as you come up. Exhale, release. Good. Bend your knees, soften your knees, a little bit swinging around. Good. So, back to feet apart or feet together. Bring your arms up. And then forwards, weight on your heels, back into chair. So reach for that chair behind you, weight on the heels. Inhale up. Exhale, back into chair. And again, inhale up. Exhale, chair. This time, so you can bring the arms up, maybe in the line of the ears, tuck your tailbone under, so you're not arching the back too much. Weight on the heels, looking down or straight ahead. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, swan dive, arms behind you. Interlock your fingers forward, and bend your knees. Drop your head down, then you can maybe straighten the legs if they go that far. If not, keep the chest towards the thighs. Shake the head, weight between the feet, breathe. Good, exhale, release your fingers down. Inhale, step back on your left foot. Toes, if you can, wiggle back if you need to. Good. So, remember walking this right knee to the armpit. It works. So palms down or fingers down, knee down and up. So a little bit up and down. Again, if you find you can straighten the front leg, you might then bring toes off. So it's a little bit of variation. Toes off, toes down, knee down. So it doesn't matter which one you do. Looking up when you come up and down when you come down if you can. A couple more. And last one. Bring the knee down. Get to take a breath in. As you exhale, we come into downward dog. So coming into downward dog. Maybe walking it around, come into child's at any time you need to. Inhale, coming into plank pose. Remember, knees down for your gentle option. Or your legs extended, nice and strong in the core. Make sure it don't sag in the hips for this. Exhale, knees come down, lower to the mat. Hands underneath the shoulders, untuck your feet. Press your hands down, press into your pubic bone and legs and peel off. Stay low and come higher. Shoulders down, lift the chest. Make sure your neck's nice and loose. Exhale, come down. Slight variation this time. Head down, take your arms down by your sides, thumbs down. Inhale, press into your legs. Start to lift your head and shoulders off. If that's enough, stay there. You can even bring your hands down if that's preferable. Or you can take your arms up. Reach behind you. Maybe even take the legs off for locust. Breathe. Squeeze your bum. Lift the chest. Look down or look straight ahead. Breathe. Exhale, release down. Hands underneath the shoulders, tuck your toes, lift into child. So again, knees wide apart, big toes together, sit on the heels, head rests, arms rest. Get your breath back. Good. Inhale, either come into a kneeling position and step the left foot forward into your lunge, or come into downward dog. On your toes, swing your left leg behind you and then swing it and step it between your hands for a lunge. So make sure you front your ankle in line. Walk that left knee to your left armpit. And then we're going knee up and knee down again. So your little leg stretches, maybe a little bit further if your legs will do that. Maybe lift the front toes off, maybe not. So you have all sorts of different variations depending on how your body feels today. Generally going with the flow. Listening, tuning into your body. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one. Good. Bringing that knee down. And then gently lift the knee off. Step your back foot to the front. Plant your feet. Knees bent. Weight on the heels. Arms wide to the side. Flat back. Inhale. Push up towards the sky. Reaching up. Exhale, release, and swing it out. Nice and soft knees, soft head, shoulders, arms. Good. So, let's do a little bit of balancing, shall we? So, I'm going to start with the weight on your right foot. Most of us are right. If you're left, start on your left. Your right, legs, handed, start on your right. So you're going to start to take your arms to the side and then start bringing the heel of the other foot behind you. If that's enough, that's a good balance, stay there. If you can, reach same side hand as you bent leg back and take hold of above the ankle or the foot. Hold it there. If you can reach the inside, a little bit better. And either keep the other arm to the side and stay there. Maybe if you want to go first, start to lean forward a little bit. You can start to bring the other arm to the front. You're going to reach that arm away from you. Press your back hand to the foot into your hand, reaching up for dancer. So keep a slight softness in that standing leg. Look at a spot that doesn't move, okay? And if you keep needing to come up, rest, come back into it again, that's fine. If you can't reach the foot at all, just do a little bit of this, that's fine. Or hold your leggings if you've got leggings, okay? Doesn't matter what, you're tuning into that foot on the floor, pressing it down, looking at a spot that doesn't move, gently gazing at it. Breathe. So practice a few times if you can, if you want to. And then gently come back out of it and release. Maybe give everything a little bit of a shake around. Release it, and we'll do that the other side. Take the weight onto the other foot. Slowly take the arms to the side, bend the other heel behind you so it comes towards your bum. Reach back the same side hands to the ankle, hands to the foot, inside the foot if you can, leggings if you can't, or just imagine you can. Just keep your arms out to the side, a little bit forward if you can. So if you've got your hand on your foot, reach the other arm forward if you can. Press your hand into your foot, look, and foot into your hand, look at a spot that doesn't move. You don't have to come forward far. Keep a softness to the standing leg, make sure you don't lock the knee joint out. Breathe. So it doesn't have to be much. Do what you can. You might find it easier one side than the other. Coming up and down if you need to, okay? Maybe then come back into it when you're ready.
Just practice your balance. Really good for us. Balancing doesn't matter how much you do, and the more you do, the more you can do, of course. Work in your own pace. And then inhale, slowly come up and release. Shake it out, swing out. Nice, okay. Back to the front of your mat. Bring your arms up. Take your feet apart. Bring the weight onto the right foot, take your left knee up and step the whole of the foot back. Plant your foot down, heel down, toes down, and then face forward. So if you can't get your hips forward very easily, walk the right foot to the right a little bit more, giving space to the hips. Hips turn forward towards your front foot. And you're going to bring your arms up and bend the knee. Okay. Any back issues, lean forward. Otherwise, see if we can sit a little bit more up. Make sure you can see the toes of the right foot, knee and ankle in line. And you're going to bring your palms together, interlock your fingers, release your index fingers and reach it up. As you exhale, you're going to lean forward. Imagine you're drawing a big circle or pulling a big wheel up and away from you. Up and down. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one. And we're going to lean forward, either leaning on the front leg. If you can, take your arms behind you, like you're flying. Maybe slide down the inside of the leg. Now if you want to go deeper, you're going to interlock your fingers, arms reach up, shoulder stretch, slide down the inner leg towards the floor. So that's challenging. So hug that knee into the rib cage or just lean on the front leg. Good. Exhale, release your arms to the side, push up towards the sky. Straighten the leg, release, and turn your feet the other way around. So, should be facing the other way. To get a good turn, the back foot, you might want to walk left foot to the left side to give space to the hips, readjusting your feet. They should be about one of your leg lengths apart. Take your arms up and bend the front knee, make sure you can see the big toes. Okay, knee and ankle are in line or thereabouts. Press into the back of the foot, keep your heel down as best you can. Good. So any back issues, lean forward. You can interlock the fingers, release your index fingers, turn to the inside of the front leg and draw that wheel, draw the circle in and out, up and down. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one. And reach forward, lean on the front leg, take the arms, sweep them behind you, or slide down the inside of the leg. Maybe interlocking your fingers, arms over the head, maybe dropping down. So just go at your own pace. Breathe into the hip stretch. Hug that front knee into the rib cage. Nice loose neck. Breathing into that stretch. Good. Exhale, release the arms to the side. Inhale, push all the way up. And then turn both feet forward. So, you know, wide legs. So feet are out to the side. Turn your toes forward the way you're looking. Good. So you want it to be fairly wide so you're not straining but your feet are down. And tighten your arm, take your arms to the side, bend the knees, reach the side and fold forward. So bend or soften your knees a lot if you need to. So either just take your hands to your hips, dangle here or hands to the floor. Or maybe take your arms behind you, interlock your fingers, arms come over your head. And breathe. Lift your hips towards the sky. Soften or bend your knees so you're not locking the joints out. Grip slightly the lap, your feet into the mat so you're activating the arches and the ankles. Soften the head. See the world from a different perspective, upside down. Unless you've got high blood pressure, in which case please come back up. We don't really want to do any upside down stuff if you've got high blood pressure. Good. Exhale. Release the arms to the side, bend the knees, hands on the hips. Press up the flat back, press into your feet to come all the way up. Bring your arms up and release. Walk those feet in. Everything nice, release out. Good. crossing one foot over the other, gracefully with poise and control, come to the mat, come to sit down as best you can. So just sitting in whichever comfortable position you want, just giving everything a nice move around. Marvellous. So just take your legs straight out this time, sitting on a cushion if you need to. Stretch the heels away, glue the legs together, arms to the side, palms down, looking along that right arm first. Reach the side, hand comes up, other arm over. So you might take your elbow down, you might take this hip off, that's fine, and lift up. Same the other side. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. And again, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good, come back up. Take your hands underneath your thighs, pull them in, hug your legs. Front of the legs, back of the legs, rock around a little bit. So, hugging your legs, you're going to come onto your toes, walk back, and if that's enough, stay there. Lift your chest, maybe even float back so much so that your toes float off, you're bouncing on the sit bones. So either staying there, that's great, or coming into boat. So hands underneath the thighs, push your knees together, maybe even take your hands off. Legs parallel to the floor or straighten. Maybe holding the legs or maybe arms off. So finding the centre of balance, lift the chest. Imagine you've still got that grate between your shoulder blades and you're squeezing gently that grate. Neck nice and loose and breathe. Good. Exhale. Holding the legs again. Release down. Rocking a little bit. And then we're going to come all the way to the floor. Nice and slowly with control all the way down. So, knees to chest, give yourself a rock around. Bring your feet down. So feet, heels underneath the knees, arms down by your sides, palms down. Just rock your knees a few times to release any back or hip stiffness or tightness that may be still there. So come back to centre. So knees and hip width apart. Pressing your belly button towards the floor, tailbone lifts. Press your arms down, press your feet down. We're going to come into bridge. So peel your back off one vertebrae at a time, lifting up, chin tucks in. Keep your head still. Chin tucks in, lifting the rib cage, lifting the hips. Gently engage the glutes, squeezing your bum, squeezing knees gently as well. So if that's enough, stay there or come down to rest. If you want to go further, walking your arms underneath you, maybe interlocking your fingers, taking your clasped hands down towards the heels. If that's enough, stay there on and or rest, when you need to. If you feel you want to go further, you're going to take the weight onto one foot, bring the other knee to the chest, maybe even stretching the other toes towards the sky. And maybe then swapping. So if you've done one, do the other. So rest in between if you need to. Then coming back up, swap to the other. Lifting the hips, lifting the toes, squeezing your bum. Nice and strong. So you don't have to do this, especially if it's too much, don't do it. Exhale, bring that foot back down. And then when we're ready, releasing the hands, slowly coming down, one vertebrae at a time, all the way back to the ground. Bring your knees in, hugging around, rocking around. Maybe bringing your forehead towards your knees for a little squeeze if you wish. And then exhale, come back to the mat. Arms in line with the shoulders, to the side, just rocking those knees a little bit more. Maybe your head rocks in time with the knees for the next stretch. Good. And then when you're ready, finding yourself in relaxation again. So either knees bent, knees resting against each other, feet flat, knees together, arms away from you, hands resting on your belly or your rib cage, or your legs in Shavasana, away from you. Getting comfortable. When you are there, close your eyes, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let everything soften into the floor. So feeling your feet sinking to the ground, your legs becoming heavier now, your hips releasing, your back, low back, middle back and upper back.
back, relaxing back into the mat, your shoulders letting go, your arms becoming heavy, your neck softening as your head relaxes and releases, getting heavier and heavier. Jaw releases your tongue, your facial muscles are soft. Just tuning back into your breathing, coming in and out through the nostrils or the mouth if you need to. Just watching your breath. Feeling your body relaxing. Now you've done all that stretching and strengthening and balancing. Just tuning back into your surroundings, being outside, feeling the air, the breeze against the skin, maybe the sun on your face. Maybe feeling the texture of whatever you're lying on underneath the arms. And enjoying these last few minutes, just a little bit of relaxation, a little bit of quiet time maybe. A little bit of time just to do nothing. But watch your breath, feel your body releasing. And just enjoying the great outdoors. And start bringing gentle awareness and movement, bit of stretching back into your body little by little, starting to wake up once more. Taking deeper breaths of that fresh air into your lungs. Good, and then take a deeper breath in this time. As you exhale, give yourself a last stretch out. Bring your arms down by your sides, bend your knees. And bring your knees to your chest once more. Hugging, rocking around, massaging hips and back one last time. Then take your legs up towards the sky. Take your arms up towards the sky. Give everything a little bit of a shake and energize it all out. Bring your feet down, arms down. Gently roll onto your side. And come up to sit. So just sitting comfortably. Let yourself settle in an upright position. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, last big reach up towards that lovely sky. Bring your hands down. And that's it. You've done it. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me for your lovely Sunday Park Yoga session. If you'd like to join us again, we're going to be here for the next few Sundays. So it'd be lovely to see you. It's virtually. If you'd like to donate, we welcome any donations. Please go to www.parkyoga.co to donate, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and it'd be lovely for you to join us again very soon. Thank you very much, and have a lovely rest of your day.